is about moments like this. Football memories have become a big part of our lives. The rock and goal years interweave the memories of two extraordinary years. Great goals, great music, and moments we'll never forget from 1990 and 1979.
My dad brought me to Craven Cottage. I remember sitting on his shoulders watching the game and just shouting out, "Can you heads? For you heads, not it, not it."
I was very fond of Palace because they were so crap at times.
I come, unfortunately, from a family of rabid Reds, so I was a bit of a rebel without a clue. The punk thing was just something that really grabbed you by the throat.
One step sympathy for the Arsenal goalkeeper.
1979 began in the winter of discontent, one of the hardest winters in living memory. A record number of matches were postponed, while snowdrifts and strikes combined to bring down the Labour government.
79 means two things to me. One was losing the general election, being sure we were back quite soon, which we weren't. And the other was Sheffield Wednesday being knocked out of the cup by Arsenal, being sure we'd soon win the cup, which we haven't.
Up goes Sunderland! And Arsenal go in front.
I was in the cabinet at the time and was required on the evening to have white-knuckle negotiations with electricity people who we thought were charging too much, and one of my jobs was trying to keep prices down. And I remember sitting across the road in a restaurant arguing with electricity people and thinking I shouldn't be here at all trying to govern the country. I should be at Highbury watching Wednesday.
It took Arsenal no fewer than 4 replays to finally beat Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup. The victory set them on course for a classic final against Manchester United.
But the 79 final probably sums up, in a way, what is glorious about soccer.
I had a Saturday job working on Lipton stocking shelves, and the manager would not let me have the day off. Stocking the shelves and kept sneaking off to the back, trying to score.
And turning it back, and a goal! He finds the short of the cross. There's the little cross coming in, and that's number 2 by Stapleton.
The game is about to peter out into nothing. The team that's played better is going to win, and everyone's going to go home and think, oh, well, there you go. And then for 10 minutes, the world gets turned upside down.
I remember hearing from the back, the guy who's the butcher, Mick, the butcher, the paddy, shouting out, "It's 2-1.
Come all the way through to Jordan, turning it back in there again, and a goal! And suddenly, United are back in the game with 4 minutes left.
It was the worst kind of arrogance, the worst kind of Arsenal arrogance, thinking, oh, well, we'll let them have one, won't we? It was the second one that did the damage.
McElroy getting in there, can he finish it off? Yes, he can! 2 goals in a minute!
I'm thinking, that's it, we're going to a replay, I'll be able to go on the Wednesday, forget the shelves, I'm going to watch the replay. And then some plonker from Arsenal goes and tucks it away. Made it 3-2. And I was gutted.
Brady releases almost an inch perfect ball. Ricks is making the run down the left. He crosses the perfect cross. Sunderland has made all the space and hits it. That was a lovely moment, particularly as Man United are my least favourite team.
Victory of another kind for Britain's first woman Prime Minister.
Here comes the Prime Ministerial rover, bearing now Mrs. Thatcher.
Her Majesty, the Queen, has asked me to form a new administration, and I have accepted.
You can be on a wonderful spiritual high, like the May of 79, when we have slaughtered my great enemy, Manchester United, in the most wonderful and theatrical way. And within the month, you can be spiritually so damaged by the fact that Margaret Thatcher came to power is that you almost don't know whether you can go on.
Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me, shoot and I, leave me. Hit me. And a goal! Going all the way, Portal! Woodcock. And another one, Tony Woodcock. A kiss
fairy tale success of Brian Clough's unfashionable Nottingham Forest continued at home and abroad.
I have to say, for everybody who was really into Nottingham Forest, this was slightly beyond belief. It was an amazing period that this little club could have become so extraordinary and success followed success.
I'm very proud of what they did, and probably that is the best Forest team that there's ever been.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money.
Well, Forest hadn't exactly been in that business before, had they, of buying big star players, and I particularly enjoyed Francis with Forest, because Forest paying $1 million for him was a decision which I approved, and they really calculated him. It was great over and over again.
That's a better looking cross for Francis!
How important was Brian Clough for Nottingham Forest? I don't know. How important is water to making a cup of tea? He transformed the club.
I always had good memories of Brian. He was always good for a quote, wasn't he, on the television?
I hope anybody's not stupid enough to write his own.
Young man, don't tell me how to do my job, okay?
Young man, to be the best in anything, but to be the best among what you've seen there, it's got to be very special. Get your hands out your pocket. And my many congratulations.
Thanks very
And I
much.
hope you go on to win many, many awards.
Thank you.
Sincere congratulations. You are a very talented young man.
The charts, I personally think, were at their most varied.
The punk thing happened, and a lot of people said, yeah, this music's for me. It was a little bit rebellious, it was something different, and basically the music had energy to it. I think basically at the time the Pistols were on sort of downward slope by then. If someone asked me what was the punk situation all about and whatever, I wouldn't shove towards them my way, Sid Vicious and stuff like that, even though I've got it, you know.
And 79 was a big year for us, the real thing, and a big year for Liverpool as well, because they won the league, you know, and they hadn't won halfway through the year or something like that, you know.
Dalglish for Johnson, number 5. And a goal there! Dalglish returns the ball.
During that time, Liverpool were probably the most awesome side around. I mean, they were like a machine.
They were a machine, like the way they played, very methodical, and they won everything. So you can't argue with that.
It was the first team that I looked at that were playing like real entertaining football.
Dalglish, he's wriggled round McElroy, he's lost Buchan, he's got a chance. What a goal!
Also witnessed one of the great goals from Bolton's answer to George Best.
Wellington now from Dowding's header, and Wellington! And what a beautiful Wellington goal!
Bang, what a goal, what a finish. And in Brazil, they'll still be talking about that yet. Never mind Juninho, what about Frank Worthington?
Wallop. Frank was just magic, mate, just magic.
I remember it vividly. I was throwing on the left-hand side of the penalty area, and Alan Gowling got the flick on. Juggled it on my left foot 3 or 4 times. I flicked it over mine and Terry Butcher's head, and as I spun past him, the ball got down, struck beautiful volley, and it flew in the far corner of the net. Great moment for me.
I was the ball boy that day. I was very fortunate enough to be right behind the goal. You could see me jumping up and down, sheer delight. Frank went away to the Burnden Terrace. I think he slid down, and all the Bolton players jumped on top of him because they'd seen something special that day. almost moments like this which really inspired to become a professional footballer. He was very talented off the pitch as well. He was one for the birds and the booze, as everyone knows.
Socially, I used to go out and about, so I used to like fast cars. There were always nice-looking girls around, and they'd be out gallivanting and lurking, as we used to say.
The haircuts were quite something, weren't they, really? You remember Keegan's? When it up like that, and it used to flop at the back like that. And then, of course, Kenny Clements used to play for City. He looked like a BG.
After the break, which is the rock and roll year of England's tears, Gummers Beef Burger and EMF's Unbelievable.